Do you know why plant spacing matters more than you think? Take a look at our video and I'll try to explain you the reasons why we change the distances between plants as they grow. The first reason is economics. The more plants you have in your greenhouse, the more you can harvest, the more you can produce. And it also helps you with faster ROI because you don't need that big greenhouse for the same amount of plants that you can harvest. This matters much more the more you invest in your greenhouse, in your climate controls. Every device that you install in your greenhouse costs you money, and the only thing how you can pay for that is grow more. But be careful. You still have to think about what your plants really need and not what is doing well in your Excel sheet. Plant spacing and the final design of your greenhouse or your hydroponic system depends on what you are going to grow. If it's herbs, if it's teen leaf lettuce, if it's head-sized lettuce, and what size and what kind of lettuce are you growing. Every plant has a different spacing approach, and we have to choose at the beginning the right setup. Apart from economic reasons, why plant spacing matters, especially in leafy greens a lot, is that the plants itself can create a very stable and nice microclimate if they are very close together. So what we are achieving with the different densities of plants, apart from how large they are, is to create a pleasant microclimate for leafy greens that are usually not that much heat tolerant. So we are trying to find out ways how the nature can help us have the right climate. So the correct spacing is not only necessary because of economics, but also because of microclimate at your canopy. Thanks to transpiration, plants are releasing a huge amount of water, and that evaporation of water around the leaves is creating much cooler and much stable environment, even in very hot days. So your microclimate between the plants is your best way how to survive very hot temperatures. In case of plant spacing, we do offer like two kind of systems for our growers. We do have a DSS dual stage system for NFT that is more like flexible. It's much more suitable for smaller scale growers that have a lot of varieties grown in those systems, like herbs, different kind of lettuces, etc. Because there you have two stages, like a first stage where the plants are very compactly close together, and then the second stage where the plants are in larger space. But because you have only these two plant spaces, it's like an average between a lot of plants and between the average of what they need between their growth. So that's very flexible, and it's like some kind of gun for all. It offers a very nice economics, stable productivity, but also a very high flexibility in what you can grow. So you have very fastly react to the cells you have. The other approach we have is MGS, like moving gutter system, which is much more like a professional, large-scale producing system. It usually is better to optimize the whole line of MGS to a specific crop that should be grown or some kind of crops. If you want to grow like more types of greens that have a different spacing approach, it's better to have a one single MGS line for one species and the other one for the different one. It's extremely productive, extremely effective per meter square. It also is much more effective in case of labor, but it is much more plant and species specific. Plant spacing matters a lot in case of economics and in case of microclimate between the plants, which on the end is also economics because it helps you produce much more quality produce. Be careful to do not overstress your plants with too small environment to grow. As I said, it may look great in your Excel sheet, your numbers are great, but the reality in the greenhouse could be really different. What we also do, what's our approach in our NFT system, we are trying to avoid an additional transplantings because every transplanting is potential to hurt the roots of the plant. And if you damage the roots before transplanting, the plant can stop growing or can be very much retarded in growth. and the level of inconsistency is rising. So you can have a lot of plants that are not in a shape you want them to be sellable, and it increase your base. So we are trying to have only just one transplanting in every setup. So you prepare your seedling or you buy your seedling, put it into the NFT gutter, and then harvest it from the gutter. All spacings are done with the gutters itself because roots are shielded by the NFT gutter. So if you are interested about how to set up your crop specific system, or if you just want to start to grow somehow, please mind that plant spacing is what helps you bring you money, because if you don't care about plant spacing in case of leafy greens, it would be hard for you to compete with others. So now you know why plant spacing is necessary: economics, crop quality, and environment consistency between the crop, and also better space optimization and better workflow.